All right, so now that I've written my idea down on a note card, and hopefully you have too, I've jumped on the computer and typed it out in my first section here, the idea section. So as you can see, I have my premise here: fight a bad guy and save someone. Character: poor servant boy, evil minotaur, a princess. The theme is hope and redemption. And then I created a log line. A log line is basically, in script writers would have a log line be where they pitch their story in 1 or 2 sentences, and it basically gives an overall idea of what the story's about, who the characters are, and what the theme is of that story. It would also include the setting, but I didn't really speak of setting because a lot of times setting is semi-understood. So anyway, I wrote my log line here, and you can do the same here if you want to, but my log line is a lowly servant boy goes against all odds and saves the hopeless princess trapped in a tower and guarded by a minotaur. So that is my log line of my story, and having something like this is super beneficial because this is what my whole story is built upon. This is the idea my whole story is going to be built around. And what I want to show you now is how to brainstorm and expand this idea and really pull it out. So now we want to think about different things of what happens in this story. We want to think about, who really is this main character, and why is this princess hopeless? Why is she trapped in the tower? Why is there a minotaur guarding her? So we want to start asking questions about this log line to expand our story idea. And this is going to be the start of an outline. So just to show you, I'm going to type out a few questions that you want to ask yourself. So every time you get to a part in your log line, you want to ask questions. So just like this, I'll make a new line here, and I want to read my log line very slowly. So a lowly servant boy. Okay. Who is this servant boy? Why is he a servant boy? Those are the first 2 questions that come to mind. He goes against all odds. What are the odds? How is he going against them, right? He saves the hopeless princess. So I guess I kind of answered the second question, but I still typed it out. It's totally fine. So how does he save the hopeless princess? So he saves the hopeless princess. So just a few questions that came to mind, and this is exactly what you want to do. You want to start asking yourself questions and just keep writing them down as they come to mind, even if they seem irrelevant or not super beneficial to your story. You never know, it might trick your creativity and cause you to think of something that you didn't think of before. So just rapid fire, write down all the questions that come to mind. So far I've read: a lowly servant boy goes against all odds and saves the hopeless princess. So the other things I typed were: how did he save her? Where does he save her? Who is this princess? Does he know this princess? Was he sent to save this princess? Those are just questions that came to mind so far. Trapped in a tower and guarded by a minotaur. And then lastly I wrote, where is this tower? Is this tower significant? Who is this minotaur? How big is this minotaur? Did the minotaur take the princess? Is the minotaur hired to guard the tower? Where is this minotaur from? And obviously I can go through it again and probably ask a few more questions, but the next thing I want to do is start answering questions. So I'm going to start answering these questions, but I want you to now write a log line based off of your simple premise, your simple characters, your simple theme. Write a log line that carries all of this information in it, something super simple. It doesn't have to be long, 1 or 2 sentences, 2 max. Try to fit it in 1 if you can, and then go through that log line and start asking yourself questions. So who is a servant boy? Why is he a servant boy? What are the odds, etc., for my story? So for your story, write your log line and start asking all of your questions, and then I'll see you in the next video.